It'd have been better if I'd never been born, we think. I'm nothing but a disappointment anyway. Suicidal tendencies are rearing their ugly head. Pain inflicted upon us throughout life has worn us down. Entrenched in our bad choices, we perceive ourselves as burdens now, leading us to such dark thoughts. In time, those dark thoughts morph to reality, rooted in nothing more than our own self-condemning points of view. Self-perception is a fickle thing. It changes, often by the moment, and often for the worse. Some time ago, our small community was rocked by tragedy. 2 desperate young people in less than 1 week chose to take their lives. A permanent attempt to alleviate their emotional pain and end problems which seemed overwhelming to them. They'd committed suicide. Their main goal, I believe, was to find peace. Today, many communities are facing crises. People of different ages and walks of life are dying from drug overdoses. How many of them are struggling with issues that overwhelm and take us to a point so far removed from the peace and joy that we desire, that it makes us become angry and sad, frustrated, and self-destructive. Overwhelmed and hurting, we become desperate to escape from our problems, if even for just a moment. Time spent without problems, to enjoy life, might seem elusive. I do not in any way wish to minimize the tragedies that occur when life has been cut short, but I do wish to bring to light the suicidal tendencies that rob us of the very peace we seek. As a teenager, I was troubled. Though my problems may have seemed temporary and perhaps even small to others, they were inescapable and overwhelming to me. It seemed as though peace, a time when my present problems wouldn't be all-consuming, was never going to come. As an adult, I realize that life is always moving and changing and that present problems will not always remain. Of course, the degree of stress each issue brings changes as well. How do we deal with these matters? Are they overwhelming? Are you overwhelmed? Do you see no light at the end of the tunnel which your present problem has brought you into? Many troubles of today will affect our tomorrow. Does that mean there's no hope for a future filled with peace and joy? Presently, our focus is on tragedies that are obvious, suicide and death by overdose. We should acknowledge the quiet tragedies that are very common. Suicidal tendencies, the inclination to act or think in self-destructive ways, are everywhere. In our constant desire to achieve peace and joy in our lives, we seek escape from our problems. Alcohol, drugs, sex, lies. Temporary relief from pain is what we need, a moment of enjoyment and separation from the negative. What we often gain, though, is more pain. Failing grades, misguiding friends, lost job opportunities, a less than desirable future, broken marriages, the feeling of being worthless, the destructive atmosphere of self-pity. As a teenager, I believed that peace would be found in heaven once I died. How many overwhelmed teens and adults harbor that same helpless belief, whether acted on or not? I have since found that peace can be enjoyed throughout life, even amidst the worst of trials. I want to offer the answers I've found to combat the hardships we endure throughout our ever-changing lives. Of course, Christ is the answer I'm talking about, as you might have guessed. But I do not suggest a Bible study or a commitment to a church or even a visit to your Christian friend that you may have avoided for fear of feeling convicted. At least not yet. I mean no insult. I merely know what both sides of this coin feel like. Often the image we try to uphold for others of a good person is overwhelming in itself. We put that image on when we dare to go out in public, though we're crumbling inside. I do suggest and highly encourage that you seek privately, within your own heart, a relationship with the one who loves you unconditionally and is ready and able to guide you through your troubled waters now. A personal relationship with Christ, quiet and seeking, deep within your being, will bring you strength and peace that you never thought possible. The answer is not leaving your problems. Problems will change. There will always be something to deal with, no matter who you are. Death, abuse, divorce, housing and financial problems, poor grades, problems with friends and family. Don't deal with these alone. Seek a personal relationship with God, your own private counselor and guide. An intimate connection to God is mighty. He can fill you with his peace that passes all understanding, a peace that can, in a moment, combat the darkness that overwhelms and chokes. He can connect you to others who can offer encouragement. He can impart courage to speak the dark truths of your struggles, freeing you from Satan's grip. He will love you unconditionally, no matter what you've done or how great your battle is. This will lead you to your own change in self-perception, lifting you above the mire, removing the heavy cloak of darkness that weighs you down. Rise up, sweet child, and shed your suicidal tendencies. I am praying for you.